We always talk about how our quarterback was left out to dry last year, dealing with drops and a shaky supporting cast. But what if I told you the reality was actually quite different? New data just dropped that completely flips the script on our rookie season and even looks back at one of our franchise legends. It's a perspective that might just make you question everything you thought you knew about those highlight reel interceptions. Stick around as we break down this eye-opening report on the luckiest seasons in team history. Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Jaxson Dart enters his second season with the New York Giants under a new analytical lens that challenges the narrative surrounding his rookie campaign. While many observers felt the quarterback was snake-bitten by a depleted and drop-prone receiving group, recent data from Pro Football Focus provides a different perspective on his performance. The deep dive into turnover-worthy plays reveals that the signal caller was statistically more fortunate than most previously believed. During a 2025-26 season where he started 12 games and posted 5 interceptions, the underlying numbers show he actually avoided several potential disasters. Specifically, he threw only 3 picks on 11 turnover-worthy plays, which sits at a 27.3% conversion rate. When factoring in his net luck, which measures interceptions avoided versus those incurred against league averages, he finished with a 3.0 rating. This figure landed him as the 5th luckiest quarterback in the league for that span. This revelation is striking for the Giants, a franchise that has struggled with consistent success over the last decade. It forces a recalibration of how fans view the rookie trials of Jaxson Dart, suggesting that his interception total could have been significantly higher if not for the breaks he received, while the common perception was that he was hindered by inconsistent playmakers. The data indicates that the interception department was one area where the variables tilted in his favor. For a team known as Big Blue, finding out that their quarterback navigated these specific variances with a layer of good fortune adds a complex layer to his development. As he prepares to lead the offense once again, the reality of these numbers provides a baseline for evaluating his growth and the technical nuances of his decision-making process under center. The analysis by Mark Chichester also highlights that this occurrence is not entirely unique in recent Giants history. Eli Manning, the franchise's legendary 2-time Super Bowl MVP, also experienced a high level of fortune during his final full season as a starter. In the 2018-19 campaign, Manning recorded 25 turnover-worthy plays, yet he finished with a net luck of plus 5.6, placing him as the 9th luckiest quarterback over the last 10 years. He recorded 11 interceptions on turnover-worthy plays, but benefited from 8 additional passes that should have been intercepted but were dropped by defenders. Much like the current situation with Jaxson Dart, these findings provide little solace regarding the team's overall record at the time. Manning's 2018 season concluded with a 5-11 record, illustrating that statistical luck does not always translate into wins or a successful team campaign. For Jaxson Dart, knowing he cracked the top 5 in luck metrics during his rookie year is unlikely to be a point of celebration. The focus for the young quarterback remains on the transition toward his second year, where the team expects to see him take a significant step forward in his command of the offense. The inclusion of Manning in the statistical study serves as a historical marker for how the franchise has navigated quarterback volatility. By examining these 2 specific campaigns, the data underscores the often unpredictable nature of passing results in the NFL. For the fans who represent the Big Blue faithful, this comparison links the past to the present, highlighting that while the names behind center have changed, the statistical variables of the game remain constant. This objective look at interception luck ensures that the internal evaluation of the position is grounded in specific, measurable occurrences rather than just the visual perception of the game. Why does this matter right now for the team? This analysis is critical because it identifies a potential area of regression for Jaxson Dart as he heads into the 2026 season. Pro Football Focus concluded that in cases of high or low luck, quarterbacks historically tend to regress to the mean in the following year. If this trend holds true for the 23-year-old, it implies that passes which were dropped by defenders in his rookie season might result in interceptions during his second campaign. This potential for regression necessitates a more refined approach to his decision-making and ball security. The team is currently building a more robust infrastructure around him to mitigate these risks. With the arrival of new head coach John Harbaugh, the offensive philosophy is expected to undergo a significant shift. The roster has been bolstered by a flurry of acquisitions, including Isaiah Likely, Darnell Mooney, Malachi Fields, Calvin Austin III, Odell Beckham Jr., and Juju Smith-Schuster. Furthermore, the anticipated return of electric wide receiver Malik Nabers provides a focal point that was missing or inconsistent throughout the previous season. The goal for this newly configured offense is to create a scheme that minimizes turnover-worthy plays entirely, rather than relying on the statistical luck that defined the 2025-26 campaign. By providing Jaxson Dart with a more reliable and talented set of targets, the organization aims to reduce the pressure on him to manufacture plays in high-leverage situations. This is not about managing luck. It is about establishing a higher floor for the passing game. The combination of seasoned veterans and dynamic playmakers is intended to turn those previous turnover-worthy opportunities into productive gains, thereby insulating the quarterback from the anticipated statistical regression that the PFF data suggests. The transition in the 2026 season represents a pivot from the circumstances that defined the rookie year of Jaxson Dart. Throughout the previous campaign, the quarterback endured a scarcity of reliable receivers, which forced him to lean heavily on the ground game. While he utilized his legs effectively, the lack of depth in the pass-catching group made every throw a high-stakes endeavor. The recent data regarding his +3 net luck rating serves as a reminder that even in a difficult environment, there were instances where the outcome could have been drastically different. Moving forward, the focus shifts to how the influx of new talent will reorganize the team's aerial attack. The presence of players like Juju Smith-Schuster and Odell Beckham Jr. brings a level of experience that was absent last year, while the speed of Darnell Mooney and the versatility of Isaiah Likely offer a wider variety of options for Jaxson Dart. The return of Malik Nabers is arguably the most anticipated factor, as his ability to separate and make plays significantly alters the defensive approach against the Giants. These personnel decisions, coupled with the arrival of John Harbaugh, signal an intent to move toward a more balanced and efficient offensive output. The challenge for the young signal caller will be to integrate these new pieces while maintaining the level of composure that allowed him to navigate his rookie season. He is no longer playing from a position of limited options, which changes the strategic outlook for the upcoming games. The organization is betting that a more stable environment will allow the natural talent of their quarterback to shine without the need for the statistical favorable bounces that categorized his initial entry into the professional ranks of the league. As the team prepares for the upcoming season, the narrative surrounding Jaxson Dart has evolved from a focus on his raw survival to an expectation of managed improvement. The realization that he benefited from a degree of statistical fortune in 2025-26 does not diminish the challenges he faced, but it provides a clearer picture of what needs to be corrected. The organization is not merely hoping for better luck. They are actively constructing a system designed for higher efficiency. The strategic shift led by John Harbaugh is already the subject of intense focus as the coaching staff looks to maximize the new receiving core. For the fans, the conversation about Big Blue now centers on how these various components will align when the regular season begins. The reliance on turnover-worthy play data shows that the team is utilizing modern analytics to identify risks and potential areas for growth. By acknowledging that Jaxson Dart was part of a broader trend of statistical variance, the front office can make more informed decisions about the development plan for the rest of his tenure. The emphasis remains on consistency and the ability to operate an offense that is less prone to the fluctuations of luck and more reliant on the execution of the scheme. With a wide range of targets now available, the expectation is that the passing game will become a more reliable facet of the offense. Jaxson Dart will be expected to utilize the experience gained during his 12 starts to read defenses more effectively and reduce the number of high-risk throws he attempts. The stage is set for a campaign where the success of the team is defined by technical progression rather than by the fortunate bounces of the ball that were highlighted in the PFF report.